good evening, and welcome to Letters from the Light Side. My name's Annie Conboy, and I'm streaming this live on Facebook, and I'm streaming it live on YouTube as well. Good evening, everybody, and I hope that you're all keeping safe and taking care. We seem to be in the grip of lots of interesting weather, shall we say, at this time across the world, as well as many other things that are creating storms of energy across the world. And I'm having a little smile to myself because this is my, I think, 5th year now. I think I've reached my 5th anniversary of Letters from the Light Side. Really never thought that things would last as long as they have, but they have. And you watch and you share and you like and you comment and you seem to enjoy the messages. So that means that my guides keep saying to me, go on, do another one, go on, do another one. So it's really nice to be here this evening, to be able to say hello and to give you their messages and what they want to say about the energy that we're in and what we can perhaps expect of the energy over the coming week or so. Absolutely fabulous that we've got a full moon energy. I do like it when the coincidence or the synchronicity happens and we get a broadcast when we're in this wonderful energy. For me, full moon energy is always about sending out my dreams, asking the universe, right, hang on, I think I'd like this, and can I have that, and letting it happen, just allowing all that I have asked for to return to me without becoming perhaps impatient or stressy headed. Now Rafe's laughing, my guide Rafe is laughing because yeah, I do get impatient and I do get stressy headed, and I say, oh come on, I want it now, and then it doesn't happen. It's the divine timing that it happens in. So having sorry, he's just laughing and telling me I am continuing to learn the lessons about patience in life, which of course is something that's very important for all of us, because sometimes we need to work at it. Sometimes we need to do a little bit more effort in the right direction, and by effort I mean sending out the lovely positive energy that flows around the earth and lifts us and puts us in a good frame of mind or a good state of being. Today I've been talking about living your best life, and that energy in this in this full moon is going to really boost us into a year of positive steps forward. Now I know that there's lots going on a global level, on a national level, in communities, but we're kind of the holders of the hope. One of the things I love about the intuitive world and intuitive people who are opening to their intuition, and people who are developing their intuition or using their intuition in any way at all, is that when we live in an intuitive world, we start to understand that the flow of things isn't something that we necessarily control or need to control. What is important is putting in our loving energy into things. And Rafe's often talked in the past, he's just reminding me, the guides often have talked in the past, not just him, about unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness, unconditional gratitude and unconditional service. And one of our ways in which we hold the hope and the ways in which we kind of radiate our own beautiful light is to be as unconditional as possible towards ourselves and towards others. And this beautiful moon that we're in at the moment has been making me feel the strength that we can gain when we approach things in an unconditional way, when we don't limit ourselves and say, well, it's got to come in this way, it's got to look like this, it's got to be like that. You know, I'm a big fan of Bob Ross, the artist, and his happy accidents, and that so fits with that intuitive flow of energy, and the way in which we can deal with things if we can approach them from a point of view of putting no conditions or expectations on the outcome. And I am guilty of being a bit crabby sometimes. And saying, well, it's got to be like this, and I'm having that, and I want this. And actually, if I just look at it and approach it with, it's going to be the right thing for me, whatever comes in is right at this time, then it happens. I get what's right for me at the time it's right for me, and it's easy to then stay in that hope and that positivity, because I'm not making myself notice where it doesn't fit, because that's what conditional is, where it doesn't fit, where we want it to be in just a certain way and no other way. We deny ourselves so much positive energy because somebody didn't say the right phrase or the right word, or we didn't notice they were giving us positive energy because we were expecting it to come in another way. So tonight, Rafe's asking you to use this lovely new moon energy to start that process of being unconditional. Sorry, he knows that I can be really picky with myself if I don't think my art's right. When it actually turns out the way it's meant to turn out, not the way I think it ought to turn out. It's about being comfortable with. It's the best it can be in all the circumstances, and I really feel as if we need to put that forward more often. This week I've been working with a development group I have, and there's a podcast that I did about critical thinking, not in the case of criticizing everybody, which is often what we do, but in the case of analyzing something, pulling it apart, saying who says so, why do they say so, what's their interest in us believing it this way and taking it that way or interpreting it this way. And it's really interesting because with me and working with my guides, one of the things that I had to do was to stop being critical of me and going, oh yeah, hair should have been, and this should have been, and that background isn't right, and start to put forward really what the guides wanted, and then to take it away, because I do watch them back, take it away and kind of go, right, I hadn't thought about that. They often have me saying things that are messages to me as much as to everybody else, for me to analyse, for me to think about, and to think about, well, what am I asking for when I'm in that beautiful new moon energy at the start? Where am I feeling the direction of my life's going? And then when I get to the full moon and I'm saying, yes, this is right for me, yes, I want more of this, what am I actually allowing myself? Am I letting it be unconditional? Am I saying, whatever's right for me, come back to me, circulating the love around? Or am I being a bit picky? Am I kind of going, well, I like them, but I don't like them, and I'll be all for that, but not for this? Am I stopping myself from a different point of view on life? That to me is the lesson of being in the intuitive world, of learning about energy and learning how to switch focus from the purely material into the spiritual, And it's about recognizing that in the purely material, I'm focused on all of the pressures of the world. Whereas in the intuitive world, I'm not bothered about the pressures outside. What pressure am I putting me under? How am I trying to make me conform to maybe somebody else's idea of me instead of my own idea of me? Where's that line? This is what critical thinking's about, getting us to reflect, getting us to ask questions, getting us to think about how we organise and set up our lives, and reminding us that um, we've got so much to be grateful for. I know at times it feels like the world's taken it all away from us, and I've had a few of those times in my life. But there's something about recognising that I have had a life. I've been able to do things I want to do. Maybe I didn't like doing them in the end because I wished for them and they weren't quite what I really wished for. They didn't come in the way I wanted them to. But I have opportunity. I have more than my mother had. I have more than maybe my ancestors had. And it's that recognition and understanding that in being unconditional, what I can do is grow my opportunities to give others more, to let others have more, to take other people into my life and share it, and that we can get more together in a joint effort. The intuitive world is all about coming together. The intuitive world is all about being able to be unconditional and to serve ourselves and others. The material world keeps us apart. We forget that we're all energy flowing round the system. As simple as this universe is just energy. We are atoms from everywhere. I mean, it's mind blowing when you think about the physics of life of the material world, and then you think about how it echoes a lot of the intuitive world. That really, if we all collectively wished, I wonder what the universal energy would give us. I wonder what it would build and how it would manifest. And that's so exciting to think of in a full moon. What could we get if everybody wished together? What could we get if even two of us wished together? Maybe we could achieve that idea of peace. Maybe we should try to manifest or bring out or create in the flow of energy this beautiful stream of loving energy, accepting energy, energy that cuts across all division, and bring it all together. Rafe would tell you that that's the afterlife. But it's not that we have to wait until we're dead to get that. We could have it here and now. This is the big secret that's in plain sight, the truth that's underneath it all. We get whatever we desire, and some people have learned to desire strife, trouble, turbulence. They've learned to want this world to be a challenging place. And it's what gets created, because what we give out, we get back. So if we could switch into being even a tiny little bit more unconditional, all of us, about ourselves, and a tiny bit more unconditional about the others around us, maybe it would be a nicer world. It's really, I try this trick. Rafe's just touched me on the shoulder and said, tell them about it. I have a little trick. What I try and do is I try in my car to give way when I can. Okay, now I'm not perfect, so it doesn't happen all the time, but I do try to be kind and generous and let people out if I can, when I'm remembering, because I'm human. And I always find that if I do that, guess what? That's repaid. Somebody will let me out when I'm waiting to get in traffic, or somebody will wave me through when we're all waiting and there's a bit of a gap. So I call it my car intention, deliberately to remind myself that if I give out some positivity, some way it will flow back to me. I'm not worried how it comes back, I just want that positivity to come back. So I'm talking to you on a day when I've been in a group and we've been doing random acts of kindness. And I love those. I've loved that idea for years. That every now and again, do something nice and unexpected for somebody else. It doesn't diminish you to gift something, whether it's a smile or some money or a coffee or a you go before me. It doesn't have to be the most big gesture in the world. It's these little random acts of being kind to one another, and then see how it magnifies and it comes back to you. So it's a beautiful thing to do, because it takes away the conditionality. If we look at it from a point of view of random acts of kindness, we're doing it to suit ourselves, really. But what we're doing is we're sending out this beautiful energy wave that eventually will come round to us. It's not about, oh, I'm going to do all this good and I'll get everybody singing my praises. It's not like that at all. It's just tiny little things that make a difference in somebody's day, or gift somebody something that really works for them. Maybe it's something they've been sending out to the universe asking, I could do with this help, or I could do with this. And you're the one who brings it back in and delivers it. How wonderful. How wonderful to be part of a delivery service. How wonderful to lift and light somebody's day. It really is such a key part of the intuitive world, that key part of us and them disappearing instead of being all stuck, if you like, and knowing that we make a difference by our unconditionality. I can't sing too highly praises of people who helped me. It's nearly 7 years. Yeah, 7 years back, or 6 or 7 years anyway. When I experienced a flooding situation in the town I was living in, and no electric for 5 days from Boxing Day onwards, and the way in which people unconditionally offered whatever they could to make the whole community feel better, to show everybody cared about everybody. And that was a beautiful experience, a cold experience, but beautiful experience of the way in which the energy that goes around comes back to you, and the kindness of so many people in helping, in clearing up, and hot meals, and there's a bed here if you need it, and all of this was amazing, really amazing. And that sticks with me when I think about the way in which the world is at the moment. We're kind of not rallying round quite one another yet. We aren't saying you matter as much as I matter, and we need to get back to that. We are, as human beings, so incredibly kind to each other when we do those random acts the flooding, the people did amazing random acts and really got us through it. And it's this thing of remembering the random acts that make this world a community. We are a global community. We do hang together intuitively, even if we can't see it on a material level. We live in a connected world, an intuitively connected world. And when that kindness goes from one heart to another, it's amazing. So we're in this beautiful, beautiful, I've said it several times now, moon. Rafe's moonstruck at the moment. He's laughing because I can't see the moon at the moment, but he just keeps saying, oh, the energy is gorgeous. And it is. But you might have experienced sleepless nights. You might have still been having a little bit of those weird dreams hanging over. And they're starting to lift now, thank goodness. We've done a bit enough clearing in this wave to sort of put the weird dreams on one side. But this energy right now is about big dreams, dreaming the biggest you can, and maybe not dreaming just for you or only for you. Sending out that lovely thought that everyone you connect with, which will mean the whole of the globe, can find themselves in a hopeful, positive flow of energy. Asking for people to be put in that positivity, to remove their conditional view of the world and of humanity and of themselves, and allowing themselves to wish and hope and dream of the best for everybody. We do have things that we've got to deal with. The stuff that's on the surface now is telling us where we've got it wrong, where we are too conditional, or where we are not critically thinking. Not critical, but not critically thinking about how we manage as a human race, how we deal with each other, how we deal with the crises that are manifesting. And we've still got some lumpy bumpy bits to come next week. It's no surprise that the jet stream's going mad and it's going along great guns, but we're still getting the signals, these signs of turbulence that remind us we have to start thinking about each other. We have to do our best to hold the hope for each other and encourage each other and put that loving support into each other, that we nurture these beautiful moments when we can feel that things are coming together. War can be of words. It doesn't have to be physical. It can be words. And we have been in a war of words for many years now, where people's energy in their words is not truthful, not honest, and not clear. It's conditional, and it's based on I want to win above you. I have another podcast about one-upmanship or top dog, the energy that sometimes makes us act selfishly rather than selflessly. It's time for us to find the selfless, unconditional part of ourselves as a human race. The shocks will keep on coming until we do. This is our spiritual journey at the moment. And the more that we can remember we are united in energy, connected in energy, the more we can give out the unconditional love, forgiveness, gratitude and service, the better we can build a beautiful, beautiful new world. Same world, but fresh and new, says Rafe. It's there, just dangling in front of us. So for the next week or so, remind yourself you don't have to be conditional. You don't have to limit yourself. You don't have to limit others. that what you are here experiencing is a massive ascension leap for the planet, for humanity. We are on a journey to change the very nature of what being human means, and to change it for the better, to make things more positive. We're on our way. It's hard right now sometimes to see the light, and it's hard when we feel like things are happening that are out of our control. But Rafe's very clear. The answer is not more control. The answer is love, love, and love some more. I hope that some of the messages made sense, or all of it's made sense. I hope you can take some of this to use. I'd encourage you to enjoy this lovely full moon energy, because we'll be racing towards a new moon soon. But while we're in it, let's hold that dream that's many science fiction writers writing about and have done for 150 years, 160 years. The utopia where we can be intuitive, respectful, loving, and kind, each to each other. Thank you very much. Take care, everyone, and I will see you next Thursday to begin the next year. Take care, everyone. Bye.